On Discord, it's Brendan. Guys, with great pleasure, I get to bring you the next Fractal Trade 15 masterpiece, custom designed for our room. It is called the Vroc, the volume rate of change. In this video, I'll show you how to use the indicator, how I trade with it, and how you can set it up. Guys, check out Fractal Trade 15's website. The link is in the video description. He customizes indicators. He creates his own indicators. He also developed a trading journal. It's tools for traders. And if you are interested in any of his products, he is offering a 30% discount to Market Makers members. I want to support him because he helps support this room with customized scripts for our membership. So guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this. So what we're looking at is Bitcoin on the weekly. You guys know I fancy myself as the traders of old, Charles Dow, Richard Wyckoff, W.D. Gann. They primarily trade it with the two inputs from the marketplace, price and volume. Volume is a leading indicator. I use it to spot volume divergences, and this Vroc helps you do that. So let me go ahead and open this up. So when you're looking at the Vroc, it's the bottom of the screen here. I use it in conjunction with the MFI. I set them both up to the same level. Let me go ahead and show you how I set up the Vroc. Go ahead and click here. Now, because it's a Fractal Trade 15 indicator, everything's customizable. Let me turn on all the bells and whistles for you. You can have a moving average. You can have the Vroc lines, which are trend gradient, which turn colors when it's bullish or bearish. And you can set your inputs. I set mine to 13, the Vroc period, to match my MFI. And then you can change the colors. Obviously, you can smooth it, not smooth it. You can change the moving average to a different type of moving average, different length of moving average, whatever you want to do. Let me go ahead and turn these off, so I'm going to use the stripped down version for demonstration. And of course, you can also change it from histogram to, say, columns, or from columns to a line chart. Lots of different things you can do with this. I like the histogram personally. All right, so what is a Vroc? Volume rate of change. What this is, guys, this is a momentum indicator for volume. There's lots of different volume indicators. I like this one. The formula is simple. The formula makes sense. And what it does is you specify the period. For me, it's 13. It does a calculation based on the current candle close, going all the way back to the 13 periods to show you momentum, okay? This momentum can be buying or selling, so it's showing you a wave. Remember, Charles Dow talked about price moving in waves. He called the primary trend the tide. He called the waves the secondary trend. And then the minor trend would be the ripples. That'd be your intraday movements, like on the hourly candles. So this is wave formations for volume, but this shows participation. More transactions are occurring, and the assets either selling off here or going up in price here. And then when your momentum dies off, like any momentum indicator, you can see a reaction in the price, and the momentum can, of course, always turn negative as well. Let's go ahead and look at this on the chart, because when we're trading, guys, especially when we're shorting, you got to have confluences. Trading is all about finding confluence, setting up the best probable trades, the best highly probable / highly profitable trades you can set up for yourself to be a successful trader. So looking at Bitcoin on the weekly, I use the daily as my gold standard for everything, for looking for divergence, for setting up my patterns, but you can zoom out or zoom in as needed, and you can look for this. But I want to show you this because this is a really great example. So what you're looking at here is the price rise of Bitcoin, right? We had the pandemic crash, price was rising. Now, if you look on the MFI, I went ahead and marked this off, but you have a series of lower highs. You see this? So the highest point on the MFI, again, this is a volume weighted RSI. It has the same price calculations of the RSI weighted with volume. So you have two inputs here. Again, I love this indicator by Fractal Trade 15 as well for the members in our room. So you can also download that one for free. Now, the MFI peaked out on this candle, and after that, it just made a series of lower highs. You can see the series of lower highs, but what did price do? Price kept going up. So you have bearish divergence here. Now, keep in mind, whenever you have divergence, doesn't mean you're instantly making a top. As you can see, this went up and this went up a lot. Price here on Bitcoin was almost 42K, and it got all the way up to 64, almost 65K. Okay, so you can have divergence continue for a long time. But what's key here is finding confluence to show you that you may be building some type of top. You have bearish divergence. Now, when you look at your momentum of your volume, you can see the same exact thing. The volume momentum rolled over. And actually what this did, if you look at this, you can actually see here your peak volume here for your volume momentum was basically the same candle, or just the candle just after it. After that, it softly rolled over. You can see the trend changing down to gray, and it's doing that before the actual all-time high at that point, the 65K candle. You see that? So you're turning gray right here. Not only are you turning gray, look how small that candle is. You can see your volume momentum completely died off, right? Your volume momentum completely died off. Again, volume, a leading indicator. Series of higher lows here on the MFI, making a very clear top, guys. And you've also seen me throw this in Wyckoff. And then, of course, what happens? You cross the zero line. You go bearish on the money flow. You get the big crash. This is when I came to crypto back in like May of 2021, June of 2021. And then what happens? Let's go ahead and walk through this a little bit. So you can see here on the Vroc, you have basically no more volume momentum, right? So you have a bottoming process going on. You can see on the MFI, you're just getting some fluctuation. You got a little baby wave here holding the price up. And then when you have your breakout, guys, you have your breakout. You can see your breakout going up, but there's no volume momentum. Do you see that? There's nothing. It's basically negative. So what does that mean in the marketplace? That means there's fewer institutions and or retail, but they're all paying higher prices. You're bidding up the price. This is also why you never got to an overbought condition here on the weekly time frame on the MFI, even though you made a new all-time high. You got overbought here, but you did not get overbought here because remember, this is volume weighted RSI. Okay, this is the MFI. So you didn't have a lot of volume momentum. You had fewer people, fewer institutions paying higher prices. Price rallied up. Now, is that enough to find a top? You have a triple top structure here that got built on your MFI. That's kind of just hard to trade with this on its own. This is just showing you there's no volume momentum. That's kind of hard to trade with on its own. So what do, guys? You set up your chart, right? We trade with fibs. We trade with patterns. And if you look at this, again, this is weekly time frame, so you guys have seen me do this before. Pandemic low, trend-based fib, previous all-time high to that market low. Well, now you start putting your confluences together. You could put this in Wyckoff, but you can also look at this just from a fib perspective. You can see, you start checking your boxes off here. No momentum, building a triple top here. Here's your peak, right, for your MFI. Once again, it's on this candle right here, so not even the all-time high. So you have the MFI has divergence once again between this peak and the lower high, right? So you have a higher high in price, you have divergence on your MFI, you have no volume momentum, and you're hitting the 618 on the trend-based fib, okay? So this is how you start putting pieces of the puzzle together to look at setting up trades and catching some of this downfall. And as you can see, when the wave does start picking back up, zoom this up a little bit, you can see as the wave does start picking back up, where is it picking up at? On the selling. You see that? It's picking up on the selling just like it did here in this bigger wave. It started picking up on the selling as the asset started selling off. So this is a way you can use Vroc. I use it as confluence with my MFI, with the price action, with the fibs. Jumping over to the daily time frame on Bitcoin, went ahead and labeled this out to save some time. You can see this with the Vroc once again. Here's the MFI. You can mark off your high here, and you can see here's your high. And then they have a lower high. So you have bearish divergence once again because Bitcoin made a higher high. MFI made a lower high. Now, where are you at on the Vroc? Well, on the Vroc, you're starting to build up a little bit of a wave, okay? This is why price is holding up in this area. you're building a little bit of a wave. Now, but this overall looks bearish. You have bearish divergence. You have the higher high here in price, lower high here in MFI, and this momentum still looks weak, right? It looks like weak momentum because you had much stronger momentum here when you got this other price spike. So how can you verify this? Well, you can zoom in to the next time frame as well, and there you go. You're building a double top, okay? So you built your double top here, and as you can see on the MFI in the 8-hour time frame, beautiful double top bouncing off the median line, and then look at your volume wave. Your momentum of volume was staying high and stable to support the price here, and as you can see now it's starting to roll over, right? So now you have price struggling a little bit, so you want to see what happens here because you're starting to lose volume momentum. MFI is bouncing, 8-hour time frame. As you guys know, this double top, depending on what happens with the FOMC meeting on Wednesday, this double top, as I predicted, is either going to do this, or you could find some safety here and start moving up depending on if we get a dovish pivot or if we continue with the hawkishness. But the volume rate of change is a leading indicator oftentimes, and you will see movement in it losing volume momentum even though you can still see price being supported, okay? So I really like this indicator. And let me show you this on the Dow because this is interesting. So the Dow, you guys know previously on all the indices where I posted trades, the S&P, the Russell, the NASDAQ, and here's the Dow. So the Dow, we had this run up, and you can see this here in your volume wave, right? So you have this run up, and then up here, you get your peak. And as you can see, your volume wave starts to die off. Your momentum is dying off right here. So right here as the blue line begins is actually your peak volume wave, and after that it's declining, yet price is still rising. Again, finding confluence with the MFI, same exact location. There's your peak on the MFI, and then you have a lower high while price is making a higher high. You look for confluence when you're setting up a trade. What else is up here? Your 200 moving average. This is part of the reason I knew to set a short here, okay? And the other reason I want to show you the Dow is because the Dow, look at this parabolic rise. This is the best month for the Dow since 1976. It's like 46 years. It's the best month for the Dow. Now you look at your momentum, and yes, you are building some momentum, but you want to keep your eye on this because looking at your MFI, you are overbought. Okay, you are overbought. You have a parabolic run. You have a quadrant up here of the one fib at 33,289, and you have your 200 moving average, which gave you a super clean rejection before, super clean rejections before, and gives you these big trades in the marketplace. Okay, so you see your momentum building, and you want to see if this momentum does start to roll over or if it picks up more, and you stay overbought longer as price moves up. But this quadrant, and we'll see what happens with the rally, but this quadrant could prove a key quadrant to be looking for a trade setup. Now, when you're looking at divergence, one more thing I want to show you, you can do this with regular volume candles. We could take advanced volume, which is another FRACTALTRADE15 indicator that I use, but I just want to show you how much cleaner this is using the Vroc, using the MFI, because when you're looking at just the volume indicator, yes, you have buying and selling candles. Yes, you can see that a lot of this is below the moving average line, but it's so much easier to spot these divergences, right? To spot these divergent rallies and the overbought. You can see this a lot easier on the volume weighted indicators. At least I find it to be the case. You can see this run up where we had volume divergence. The reason I knew that, looking at this pump candle over here, you can see this pump candle, and you never had a breakout candle. We never had high relative volume, which is shown on advanced volume. We never had high relative volume. We were below average all the way on most of this pump, below average volume. Built a top at peak resistance is how we knew to short that area. The volume here was basically flat and negligible this whole pump up, building volume divergence. Okay, you want to see breakout volume with follow through volume for a true rally, to not build a top. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions here in the community chat, and hope you guys enjoy the Vroc. It's a fantastic indicator. I think you guys will really enjoy it, and it'll really help you with your trading. All right, everybody, talk to you in the room.